These arms of mine. All right, look at here. You got Joey back here with a little Dixie Dogger action. We're coming at you with another podcast. It's a little fresh one. We're down here at the Boars Nest in Tyler, Texas at the AHTA hunting trials. This trial that we've had this weekend has been one of the best that we've ever had. It's growing. We've got a lot of new people here. We got some new faces. Finally got to put some faces with some people that I've known for a while on Facebook, stuff like that. These guys, they hunt a little bit different than a bunch of these redneck shit that we do. And it's impressive, honestly. I mean, penis size maybe not so much, but the rest of it's all right. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start over here on my left. We got a guy named Tyler. Tyler, tell us your name, where you're from, and what you do, man.
I'm from Massachusetts. I'm never going back, but I live in New Mexico now.
Roll on.
I mostly train hawks to hunt over dogs.
Hawks, not hogs.
Like birds of prey. So mainly I fly goshawks over bird dogs to catch quail, pheasant, grouse. And then I've always had terriers. I like my terriers, so I use them for work mostly now.
Right on. All right, we're going to kick it over here. You tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do.
All right, my name's Mike Honcho. Not really, it's Chris. I work with
Roll
Tyler. We do nuisance wildlife control, and I'm also his hunting partner. I help run the dogs, shoot photos of the hawk flying, chasing quail. And we lived out in the desert chasing the quail out. Bunch of cactus. Pretty much at the end of the day, all we do is pull cactus out of dogs.
Right on. All right, now we got another one right here to the far right.
My name is Andrew Stadnik. I'm from Massachusetts, live in St. Louis, Missouri. Specifically, I do nuisance wildlife control in St. Louis. I did work with Tyler and Chris, separate locations.
So a lot of shit comes back to Tyler. You know, like you said, both of you guys, you've worked with Tyler in the past, and you work with him now.
Yes, sir.
And all that stuff. I mean, is there any kind of weird activity that goes on with Tyler? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, does he pay a little extra for certain things?
Yeah, he paid a few extra dollars for me to go on his elk hunt. Then he
Roll right on, roll tide.
Then he fell into a prickly pear. I spent about an hour and a half up his ass with a pair of tweezers pulling cactus needles out of his ass.
I've never had cactus needles in my ass, Tyler. And let me tell you something.
No. Let me tell you. It was one of the worst experiences.
This is a bad motherfucker. Yes, he is.
I fell down a cliff in
You're
the
a
snow.
friend.
And you know when you're wearing multiple layers?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the cactus spines go through each different layer. Well, I was wearing 3 layers. It was cold as shit.
We got briars. We don't have cactus where we live at. You
Well,
know
so
what I'm
there's the
saying?
main cactus spines, and then there's the hairs. And the hairs require tweezers. Well, they went in my ass cheek and up in my thigh. And there's nothing else.
Bitch.
There's no way you're getting them out. You need a
I don't
buddy.
want no cactuses.
You need a buddy. And
And
Chris,
he wears track shorts.
Chris spent about 30
Mike.
minutes.
He dresses like Joe Lamb.
Yeah, not Chris, Mike.
Yeah,
Right.
Mike. He spent about
Mike.
30 minutes pulling them out, and I looked down after 30 minutes, and I was like, I guess we're really good friends now. 'Cause
Yeah, I
hardly
mean,
known
once you
him.
get that in depth with somebody, and like I said, I've never had to do that. I have had to help with, like certain STDs and stuff like that with some buddies. But I mean, it might not be the same thing, but that means it's a really good friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those deals. These guys are really. This is a tight knit group, and one thing they all have in common is terriers and birds. Correct?
Little bit.
A lot of
I'm
the
the
stuff
only
with
one
birds.
with
You don't do the falconry stuff.
No.
Tyler, you're the main guy with the falcons.
That's just me, yeah.
Okay, well, Tyler's not the HNIC with the fucking falcons. I'm sorry. I thought we had a couple more here. I guess we have to get Hannah Doll. And,
Yeah, you need
And how do
Hannah, Price, that guy Price that was here earlier.
Price.
He's a
I
falcon.
didn't meet him.
Who else is a falcon?
Oh my God, I missed something, dude. I missed something.
Neil also.
Neil, there's that guy Neil.
All right, go in depth a little bit about the falconry. I mean, there's a lot of guys. Like I said, where we're at now, there are a couple of guys. Let me think. Russ Carter. He's in Alabama. He has falcons. I don't personally know him, but I know him through Facebook and other things like that. He also has a York Terrier, I think maybe even a Patterdale or something like that. So tell us how a typical hunt goes with a falcon. You know,
So-
set up a day.
So falconry, man, it gets so diverse so fast. So everything from here to the East Coast is red tails and squirrels, and whatever dogs they choose to use. I mean, I've seen everything from German Shepherds to Yorkies. used
German
on-
Shepherds suck.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, everybody.
I'm just saying that's what some falconers will throw on some squirrels.
You ain't got a
But
jag,
for the most
shit.
part, for the most part, they're using yags, Jack Russells, and
He said yag. That's correct. I mean, that's right.
I'm
But
not
in
from
the South,
Texas.
everybody. You know how hard it is to explain to somebody to actually say yak? In the South?
Then you just got to tell them to remove a syllable.
Well, they're shit. I mean, they're so tight bred. I mean, their game is shit, number one. Number two, they'll bite you. Number three, they're like, that's how. And then you just say it's a jag.
Yag.
You know what I'm saying? And so what do you do? Set up a hunt. If I quit interrupting you, you can tell us.
So for me, I hunt quail with bird dogs. So let the bird dogs out of the truck, give them some time to let them go find some birds, and then the hawk rides my fist the entire time. And then you walk in on a point instead of shooting with a gun, the hawk chases the quail. Now this is where it gets different. When you shoot a quail, they drop dead. Your bird dog brings it back. It's over. Well, when a hawk chases it, quail do some weird stuff. No, I don't drink. They'll fly down holes. They'll fly in a cactus.
In a hole?
Yeah, they'll go down holes. They do some different stuff when a hawk's chasing them.
That's insane. Like, you know, I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of things like that, but I did not know about them going in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, have you ever had one catch a dog?
All the time,
All the time.
almost every day.
How does the dog feel about that? Unless it's Sancho.
So
Sancho will fuck it up. I'm telling you right now. This dog is named Sancho. He's owned by Mike over here. This dog weighs 1.3 pounds and is what we like to call in Alabama a BAMF. Y'all know what that means, right? Sancho will do whatever it takes. So there ain't no hawk catching Sancho.
Sancho also gets it done when the husband's not around.
That's right. Listen, he's kicking back some old school shit. That's what I'm talking about.
What happens
you ain't
when
hear the Coetzel song, Sancho?
Oh yeah, that's what I said. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Coetzel.
He's young.
It's Coetzel guy. I keep
what
hearing
happens
this
when
stuff.
when your wife's hanging out with Sancho?
Oh, so my now ex-wife, she
Well, that's what happens, guys. Listen, if you want to get rid of your wife, call this Mike guy over
Yeah, I'll
here.
bring
He's got
Sancho
Sancho.
over.
Sancho would like ta 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 ta. Bam. It's kind of like me.
well,
I love Sancho.
she watches that little puppy Sancho. Well, my son
He's hung like a mule.
likes to point it out. So when anytime
He's
we go
got big
anywhere,
one.
they're like, "Well, where's Mama?" And she says, "He says she's at home with Sancho."
I wish I had fucking Pat Lewing on here right now. I promise you, we would. It don't look, dude.
Well, I live in New Mexico, so everyone knows what a Sancho is in New Mexico.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, in Alabama, and I have the liberty to know what the Sancho is.
Yes.
A lot of people don't.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Go in depth a little bit and explain what a Sancho is. Not just a well, I ain't gonna say badass motherfucker, but I mean like a BAMF. Now tell us what the Sancho is you're talking about. Technically, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be.
It
cool
depends
with
on
it.
who's telling the story.
Suck at telling stories. You're all right. We'll let you pass.
You can explain what Sancho is then.
I don't know what Sancho is. I know what a Jody is.
Andrew, you can explain what a Sancho
I'm
is.
Andrew.
from St. Louis. I'm the
He's from
last
St. Louis.
person
All he
to
knows is
explain
like real heat
Sancho.
barbecue.
Yeah, I like barbecue.
Badass barbecue in St. Louis. They don't fuck
It's all
around.
over the place. It's
That's-
like 2-3 times a week I go out for barbecue. I love it.
Jesus Christ! No wonder you look like shit.
It's 400 by 40 working
That's
on
what
it.
I'm talking about. You ain't shit. I'm 600 by 70. I ain't wearing no damn track shorts. I can tell you that. I put on those damn basketball shorts, you know, that's supposed to hang down to your knees, and those are my track shorts. I just got a little more cushion for the push. All right, look, hey man, we're getting off on all this other shit. Y'all are disrupting this. All right, Tyler. back to the hole. I was talking about going in a hole. How often does that happen?
Every day.
Every day, literally.
Every day. Normal day is like anywhere from 1 to 3 quail for my bird, and usually 1 out of 3 will go down a hole.
Oh shit! How many species?
Quail?
Yeah, species.
So we got
quail.
4 species of quail in New Mexico. On average, I catch 2 pretty consistently, and then the other 2 are kind of hard.
This motherfucker ain't no joke. I'm talking about credentials. Serious. I've been friends with you on Facebook for a long time. I think. Or you've been friends with me, probably. But either way.
I think it's a mutual thing.
It's a mutual thing, and I love it. It's great.
Symbiotic.
Listen, y'all can talk about the Southern Yankees all you want, but I love these guys. Freaking awesome. They got weapons of mass destruction. I mean, like, hey, and you don't even hear them. You know, kind of stuff like that. Their style of hunting is a whole lot different than our style of hunting. Like a typical day with us, we turn the dogs loose. Say if we're going to our hunting club, we might have some feeders out. Our main thing is we're going to try to catch a hog. You know, we'll turn the dogs loose, get a good race going, stop the hog, go in there, stick the hog with a knife. Day's done. That we don't have any other species. We don't have anything like. There's no variety in it. I'm not saying that's boring at all, because it's not. It's intense. I don't know. Have you ever legged a 300-pound boar hog and stuck it with a knife?
I have not.
Yeah, well,
You gonna take us out tonight? Let's do
Listen, I don't give a damn. We'll roll this son of a bitch out. But I guarantee you, if I ain't got no damn dogs that'll go, Charles Kemp got some damn dogs that'll go. We got some dogs that'll go. That's for sure.
We going?
I don't even know where to go, but I promise you we'll go. We got a garden. That's all that matters. Property lines is just there. Dogs can't read. But, you know, not just with the hawks and stuff like that, he does something that's a little more special. He's got this little dog named Mouse. And Mouse really likes a hog. She likes a pig. Likes a pig a lot. But now what do you do with Mouse?
So,
what do you and Chris do with Mouse, and what's y'all's typical day?
Mouse likes to go down chimneys, and I
A
call her.
dog down a chimney.
Santa Claus.
I call her a raccoon.
Interrupt. Y'all just keep talking.
I call her a raccoon motivational speaker. She motivates these raccoons to leave the chimneys. So I get calls that I got raccoon and babies in the chimney.
Nuisance control.
And over the years, myself and Andrew have developed a sales pitch to convince these people, hey, we can get it out.
Now.
Or we can get it out right now.
Yeah.
And they're usually like, well, how are you going to get it out right now? And we're like, well, we got this little dog in the truck.
Yeah.
Then we go get the dog.
You take a walk for a little while, walk around the block, get a little exercise, and we'll take care of these raccoons.
You aren't lying. We just told a customer that she took her dog for a walk. We
Because
had
there's a lot-
raccoons falling out the chimney, running around in the living room.
There you go. That's what I'm saying, because I mean it takes all kinds of people in the world to make the world go round, and then you've got people that are a lot of people are against what we do. You know, so but they're not when it comes to a raccoon destroying their property.
They're always against it until it's in their chimney.
Exactly.
And then they're like, get it out. Now. Right now.
Can you put a ballpark guess on how much damage a raccoon can do in a 1,000 square foot attic space? You have attics out here with insulation. And
Yeah,
that, right?
we have it. Like I said, where we live, I'm a home builder.
Okay, so you know.
I mean, I know square footage, I know all that stuff, and I like to consider myself pretty decent at it. So, 1,000 square foot raccoon, where we live, it's a whole nother deal. You're probably going to find one raccoon in 100 houses where we live at, because we got so many trees, a dense forest population. You know, they're not really into it. And we do ADC work, we do nuisance control as well. Most of our stuff is maybe a squirrel. That's it.
Yeah.
So, where you guys are at, what y'all do, there's not a lot of trees for a raccoon to den in. So what kind
Albuquerque
of
and St. Louis are totally different.
they're way apart.
Totally different.
It's like way over there.
The landscape and the building structure. But anyway, A raccoon, you're not going to know it's in your attic right away because it's trying to be quiet. It's like, I want to find a nice, safe spot to stay.
Yeah.
Plus, you got all that fluffy insulation up there. That muffles the noise, but it becomes compressed. Once that insulation's compressed, it's damaged. It lost
Right,
its
yeah, yeah.
insulating value.
Yeah, there's no R factor in it.
And on top of that, they're peeing, they're pooping, fleas are being spread around.
Oh, yeah.
You name it.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, like,
Depending on the amount of damage, I mean, it's not uncommon for them to go over $10,000 to remediate those.
and I could probably concur with that because I know that just from squirrels
Yeah.
in an attic one time with some good customers of ours. I mean, they had a big problem, and I mean, we were like 14 grand
Yeah.
in no time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just up there,
Electrical damage.
electrical wires, insulation, and then once like you said, once the insulation gets compressed, it loses all R factor. And people out there that know what R value is and stuff like that, that's like if you get a piece of insulation that says R13, R19, R30.
Put a bunch of holes in it.
Yeah,
It's like a
when they
old sweater.
compress it down, there's no R factor to it, so you lose all that as far as their heating and cooling. I mean, there's a huge ordeal there.
Yeah. So that cute raccoon is no longer cute.
Exactly. And so then what do they say then? When you're like, hey, I can put a trap in there, and it might take, what, 2 or 3 days? Or I can get him out right now with these dogs.
They love it.
They love it.
Even like the most innocent little old ladies are like, wait, that little dog?
Yeah. Because he's cute.
Oh yeah.
They think the dog has a job, they just eat it up.
I can't count how many times there was like some little old lady, she wanted the raccoons out, and the first thing they do, they offer a bloody, soot-covered terrier a little bowl of water.
I love it. I mean, it's great.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Because, I mean, you guys are getting to work your dogs. And you're helping people.
And they pay extra to use the dog.
Exactly. I mean, why not? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't do it if it didn't pay anything. Why chance hurting your dog or getting anything happening?
My
Sure.
Decker
Yeah.
has more 5-star reviews than most of my coworkers.
Mouse has 5 stars on
Coworkers
Yelp.
suck.
Yeah.
Mouse
Dogs
has
are better than coworkers
Yep.
all day long,
most days.
most days. Well, unless you got this
Mouse
guy
is a
over
coffee
here.
stealer.
Yeah, picture Mike over here coming to a job in his short shorts. We'll get them squirrels.
And then, you know, I would be like, hey,
Gerbils.
you can get these squirrels, no problem. But then when he brings out Sancho, I'm like, wait a minute. Do not turn that son of a bitch loose. I don't want him killing everything. Guys, you just have to see this. I mean, I'm talking about, and I've raised these yacht terriers for 15 years. A long time. I mean, I'm not a pro at it. I've screwed up a bunch of shit, you know, over the years. But Sancho, that son of a bitch right there, he's no joke. He don't put up no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He's equipped and he's lit. He don't play. You know what I'm saying? What about just typical hunting? Just a day of regular hunting, not with the hawk.
So Mouse she'll honor a bird dog and she'll flush on command.
Really?
She'll run in like a cocker and flush quail.
She would bay the shit out of a hawk.
Most days.
Mouse runs in at them quail screaming.
Yeah, she voices on quail like they're rabbits.
Really. And see, that's the thing about it. It's the versatility of the yacht terrier. You know, we've done several episodes and segments and stuff here and there, and we get off on I was talking with Charles and Amanda about the competition bait pens and the dogs, how all that works and stuff. Now we're on to the terriers, and that's where my heart lies at. I have all the other stuff. I started out with terriers. My first hog dog was a Decker Terrier,
How much did it weigh?
22.
All right.
He's he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he was not the smallest guy.
I like that size. I wish they were smaller.
But I promise, his name was Poppy. That guy right there is the one that showed up with him. And then I had a Decker Terrier Whippet Cross, half and half to go with him. This dog's name was Dixie. And you talking about fast? I've never seen anything like that. It was fast. And then, but you know, I wound up finding out about the yacht terriers. A buddy of mine was having them. He was hunting and stuff like that. My dogs, I had no issues with them. I just decided, I was like, well, maybe I'll try these. And once I did, it worked. It worked for what I was doing. Fell in love with them. But I have been looking at some more deckers. I ain't gonna bullshit you about it. I mean, I literally have. And it's one of those deals where if it works, it works.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If it works, it works. Not everybody can be Sancho. So you got to have something to strive to.
Don't worry, we'll get you a Sancho pup coming.
Dude, if
Just,
I get me a
just
Sancho
make sure
pup,
Sancho
I'm talking-
stays away from the wife.
No,
He don't pay child support.
I know. That's why. Look, I got 8 kids already. Shit, I don't need nothing. You keep Sancho's ass over there. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you guys think about this setup and this trial that we're having out here at the Boars Nest down here in Tyler, Texas?
I love it. I came last year by myself. I didn't know nobody,
Yeah.
and I left with a bunch of friends.
Last year was the first year I missed. The first time I missed one. And I said, that shit's not going to happen again.
Yeah, I didn't know nobody, and then Mouse broke her leg, and everyone was like right there, ready to splinter up.
Oh yeah, it's a family. It's a family thing. I mean, it's like once you're here, you're part of us, and you're not getting away. I mean, it's like a badass ex-wife. You're not getting rid of us. We're hanging on. We're gonna milk you dry too. You know what I'm saying?
I got one of those. You want her?
No, hell no. I got one too. You can have that. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them deals. The cameraman said, don't talk about his mom like that. She's a pretty thing, but let me tell you, that son bitch is rank. You know what I'm saying? She's like a 300-pound stinking ass boar. Oh, she'll bite you. It's one of them kind of deals. All right, Chris, tell us a little bit about your back history and all that good shit.
Well, I've been born and raised down in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Grew up in the barbecue business.
Grew up in the barbecue business.
Yes, sir.
That's my kind of business.
If you say his last name in Albuquerque, the next thing that'll come is the best damn barbecue in New Mexico.
Oh, hey, whoa, look here.
I didn't know this
I'm
when
fucking 300 pounds. Not a little guy.
I didn't know this when I hired him. And then anytime I told them Chris Nellos worked, and they were like, "Wait, you hired Nellos? Have you had their barbecue?"
Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
And then he pulled cactus out of your ass.
Yeah, the barbecue king prodigy pulled cactus out of my ass.
He knows his meat. He is a meat
That hind
man.
quarter's pretty good looking, but I spent a little
Just go
too
slow
long.
with it. He went too long with it.
I looked at that chocolate starfish just a little too long getting the fucking cactus needles out.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, tell us a little bit about that. About the barbecue stuff too, man. We want to hear all of it. Don't bullshit us around. And don't hold back. Don't be shy.
I mean, when I was 3 or 4 years old, my favorite thing to do was run around my dad's restaurant with a fly swatter just killing flies.
Putting them in the barbecue.
Nope.
Extra protein.
Kept them out of the food, but I swapped the shit out of some flies.
There you go.
I
So
grew
you've
up
been a
just-
damn killer all your life.
Yeah, I grew up killing things.
I'm talking, he's a bad dude.
That's some drive building.
That's what I'm talking about, right?
Gotta start them on flies.
Put a little sauce on. Throw a little sauce
Yeah,
on.
and then I lost my job during COVID, and Tyler offered me a job doing some nuisance wildlife control. And one of my first jobs we went on, we got called for a bobcat that was tangled in a net. But I'll tell you this, they got a different definition of tangled than we do.
Yeah,
that thing was free on top of a roof.
No. It started in the chicken coop. She called me. She said it's stuck in a net, and the net was about at my chest height. So that means you got to bend over and go in this pen. And
With a bobcat.
and I looked at the lady. I was like, "You have a very different definition of stuck."
Now, the bobcats where
Was-
you guys live at are a little bit different than the bobcats where we live at, I'm sure.
Ours look pretty big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, are you talking like a 16, 18-pound cat?
No, like 25-pound cat.
Holy shit. I got pictures of a 25-pound cat. Biggest cat that
But I-
anybody's ever seen around where we're at. We're like, holy shit, it's a mountain lion. It's a panther. You know what I'm saying?
They do that by us too. Still,
So that cat jumped up out of that chicken coop onto the roof.
with me in there.
Tyler was up on the roof with a catch pole, and the homeowner, this dude Pablo, was up there with a big old Swiffer duster,
He
swatting
kept that-
at it.
he-
It was playing with it like
I
a giant
Swiffered
cat
shit out of that
toy.
cat.
No, I give him credit. That bobcat was pretty rank, and he kept it bait up in the corner of his roof with a Swiffer.
Hey, listen.
While
You gotta
the
do your
entire
floors,
police
you gotta
department,
get cats off the roof.
the entire
Swiffer
police
wet jet.
department for that town sat on the ground just staring at us like, what in the hell is going
Did
on?
Pablo have
probably
any
what I would do.
turnouts, or did he lose eye contact at all?
No turnouts.
No turnouts. No docking. Because we got a judge up, and we're on more Charles.
Have you ever catch pulled a bobcat? They choke out real easy, and I had a whole row of people. I catch
Oh,
pulled
you
it.
choke them out?
Well, I choked it out so I get it in the trap, and then
that's what I'm saying. You choke them out. That's the
I let the catch pole go.
It was
And I-
passed out.
Nate,
I didn't think it was gonna wake back up.
Nate, choke them out. Who would have thought?
But
Electric Jag skillets.
after we caught that bobcat, I was like, all right, I'm hooked on this nuisance wildlife stuff.
Yeah, no shit.
Then Tyler and I started shoving mouse up chimneys, down chimneys.
And that's where we was talking about a while ago about this mouse dog with the chimney deal. Now, I watched some videos. I ain't saying this because y'all are sitting here, because I'm one of those guys that can say what the hell I say. I got a big mouth. But I was really impressed. I mean, literally, I was like, this dog is no shit, knows what's going on, and is a worker.
She could get out of the chimney on her own.
Yeah, I mean, like Spider-Man shit.
I mean, granted, our chimneys are like a 9x13 terracotta tile,
Yeah.
all of them.
And the coon's den up out there because you don't really have any trees and all that kind of stuff.
No, the only reason we have raccoons is because of people. Like
Yeah.
they're normally on the river, but now there's people, so there's water out in the desert that would have never been there.
Yeah.
Travel the canales.
So they either live in chimneys or the sewer. That's it.
Wow. That's crazy.
You drive down the street at night, you see them popping all out of the gutters.
Yeah, the only place we see raccoons is just popping out of the sewers in the road.
So if you had like a suppressed regular 1022 Charger, I mean, how would that work?
You can stack a few of them up right out the car window.
I know a guy. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them deals. I know a guy.
I heard it's a good time. I heard it's a good time.
I heard that. That's what I'm talking about. Tell us a little bit about Missouri, what you worked through.
The nuisance wildlife control, or when I work, like,
I don't
hunt my
you just tell
dogs.
us whatever the hell you want to tell us.
All right, well, when I hunt my dogs, I gotta give a shout out to my wife's pet dog, Augie. He's a miniature schnauzer.
Oh, yeah.
He throws
And-
down.
Some people have seen him, in action. Tyler,
He can hang.
he can hang. And so now when I go out in the woods looking for a raccoon or whatever, I just follow him, read his body language. By himself, nothing. He wants to be on your lap. But when he's with my decker, he's on.
Whole different
A
animal.
whole different animal. And it's
Crazy how that
beautiful.
works, how they feed off each other.
It's beautiful to watch because it's like this dog that's been bred for generations to be a house pet. And like there's something back there that's
Call
just like
of the wild. It's
clicks.
Call of the Wild.
Yeah.
Call of the Wild. It's real. I mean, I have that problem. It's
Well-
like I want to get naked and stay in the woods.
Yeah.
You do the same shit.
I tried to do that whole trial.
Listen, nobody wants to see that shit again.
Well, you
Well, the
touched on
first time we
earlier
did.
about how your two dogs, they worked for you. They did what you needed them to do.
Yeah.
I think that's it's a beautiful thing. Like, a lot of people have no idea what their dogs are capable of because they're not putting their dogs out there.
They're not setting them up for the success.
You're never going to know if your kid is going to be an Olympic athlete if you don't put them on the field.
Or a doctor.
Or a doctor.
Because I got one right there. Everybody, Nathan Wright back there, Mr. PhD, that's the man.
Hell yeah.
He's fixing to be Dr. Wright.
Hell yeah.
And I produced that offering.
So,
I think.
For
I think that
people-
makes you a proven breeder.
Stud service, baby. Now, I got to toot my own horn.
Yeah.
Look, got the
You're a
best
smart
kids
guy.
in the world.
I think he's blushing over there behind the camera.
He's got a nice head of hair on him, doesn't he? Maybe he'll start producing me some damn grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking Sancho over here. And look at her, that she's blushing. That's his woman right there. He's like, me man, she woman. That kind of shit. That's my boy. But anyway, like you're talking about, if you don't set them up for success, they'll never succeed.
But also, like, there's an inspiration factor to it too. Like,
I have friends who have, traveled across country for months at a time in a camper van. It's like, I probably would have never thought that was possible until I met somebody who did. Vice versa with dogs. Like, a dog may look at a rat and be like, what the hell is that? Then another dog jumps on and shakes it, like, that looks like fun.
It's like, let me do that too.
I've seen dogs that, people have no idea what they're doing, and it's like, oh, I kind of want to try that. A lot of it's genetics, but
I
most
agree.
of it's what the handler, in my experience.
And the thing about it is, it really doesn't matter the breed, because all dogs are natural.
Well,
But the thing about it is, we have bred them to be what we want them to be.
Yags are a beautiful thing.
Right on. Yeah, exactly.
pretty proud of that mouse pup Tyler gave me this weekend.
Tyler, you have just been like the man, like putting pups in the right hands.
When Andrew moved from Massachusetts to Missouri to work with us,
We hate Massachusetts.
well, I had to save my friends from Massachusetts too.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to save them too. Don't go up there.
Well, the first day of work, I gave him his first terrier puppy.
Well, shit, I wouldn't.
It was that Decker.
I would stay.
Yeah, she's worked out.
I had a pack of mini dachshunds at the time, but I got him a Decker. I figured it was a better fit.
Yeah. That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
And then what about this pup over here?
Well,
This Sancho pup.
Chris started working with me, and he was having so much fun scruffing raccoons and scruffing dogs. And
Now scruffing. There's some listeners out there that don't know what scruffing is.
They must not have terriers.
Tell us, yo, they ain't got no damn terrier. If you got a terrier and you don't know what scruffing is, we're going to explain a little bit about scruffing. And here's how scruffing goes. Tyler Sladen, take it away.
you gotta grab them right behind the head, and pull every inch of skin back till their eyes bug out of their head. That's scruffing.
That's scruffing. Don't get bit. How many different animals have you scruffed?
I've scruffed coyotes,
Don't
badgers,
lie. Don't start lying. I mean, just tell us the truth.
coyotes.
Badger.
I've scruffed badger. I even
I don't
helped
know.
David.
David Williams is a badger scruffer, and I don't know if you can live up to that height.
I was the one that told him how to do it.
David Williams.
I was there. I'm in the photo.
Fabio.
I'm in the photo.
I thought Bruce was for real.
David's just as tough as Bruce.
David is pretty tough. I've touched him. It's hard. Like a rock.
It's the
David and I had
Flintstone
some
fighter.
fun doing some Turkish oil wrestling the other night.
Dave's good at that.
Oh yeah, he loves that one.
He likes it. You know, he was a good wrestler. He still is. I mean, he's got it. You just got to bring it out of him. You know, he's one of those guys.
Them track shorts brought it out of him real fast.
Fucking track shorts are the way to go. I promise you. Hey, Tuesday, I got track shorts.
Oh hell yeah.
You're going to see some shit. It's going to look like a wildebeest running through the damn Serengeti. That's something that's going to be showing every bit of thigh he's got.
Keep them hang downs away from them terriers though.
That's right. Yeah, fucking Sancho, I hope he ain't around.
Sasha be dangling.
He's
on
like,
them
is that a
fuckers."
rat? Is that a rat in your pocket? Hey guys, I mean, we've had a damn good time here this weekend. Like I said, I've honestly just met these guys over the weekend, and it has been so much fun. And if you don't think, I mean, there's a lot of people, they got terriers and stuff like that, and you hear the excuses. Yeah, I want to go, but I don't think my dog would do that. How many of y'all have hog dogs? How many
We
hog
don't
dogs you got?
hogs.
I got 0.
Okay, how'd y'all do in the hog bay?
Aja took 4th.
Aja and Badger took
Aja and
fourth,
Badger took
and the
fourth.
adult dogs.
As puppies.
And that's against a bunch of guys like myself, guys from Louisiana, guys from Texas, that have hog dogs. You know what I'm saying? So that's saying a lot about the breed that you have. Don't be scared to bring it out, man.
And Aja and Badger were puppies that we threw in the adult dogs.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You never know what's going to happen. Those dogs, it's prey driven. The prey doesn't matter. It's just the prey. That's all you got to have is that drive. You know, with the drive, it's one of those deals where you can't make a dog have drive. The dog has it or it doesn't have it. But terriers, it seems like that's a natural instinct for a terrier to me.
Especially yags. I think they're born hating pig.
I agree. I really do. Whatever those guys did to put that together, it was a good recipe and it's worked for a lot of years. A lot of years. So how do you feel about maybe if we done this more than one time a year? Would you guys come?
I'd come if it was outside of hunting season.
Yeah, hunting season has a lot to do with a lot of things.
I'm not driving 14 hours during hunting season away from my hunt.
I don't blame you. I mean, because that's what you got.
Tyler and I hunt 5 days a week.
5 days a week. It's a lot of hunting.
Every day at 3:30.
I mean, that's why you got good dogs. Because I guarantee you, the dogs I've seen that y'all have, there's no bad dogs in there. None. I didn't see any. So that says a lot about yourself. And it's also like we always talk about feeding a dog. Feeding a dog, feeding a dog. I feed them the very highest content of tracks that I can find. A hog track, a coon track, it doesn't matter. A track. If you feed that dog tracks, it'll perform. I thoroughly believe that. It doesn't matter. It's not dog's fault. It's the handler's fault. If a dog does not perform and does not shine, it's your fault. That's just me. I promise you, I've been wrong a lot of times in my life. What do y'all think about it?
I think it makes sense. Automatically I'm thinking about animal damage control. So like my dogs ride in the truck every day. I don't use them every day.
Mm-hmm.
But when that call comes in, they're prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have them.
Yeah, they're ready.
They're ready to go.
That's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people like in the bay pen world. I know quite a few people. They'll take a young dog and they'll haul it around all over. Never even put it in the pen. But when it's time to do that, it's not that dog's first ride. It's not its first time to be hauled, and it knows that, hey, we're going to here. There's going to be some action going on. So now all I got to do is what I need to do. Because I've also seen people that have never hauled a dog take a dog for the first time, put it in there, and they're like, man, he did so good at the house. He didn't do worth the shit today. Well, he hadn't been hauled 10 hours. That has a lot to do with it. Terrain. If you're going to hunt, terrain to me is one of the biggest issues. What do you think about as far as terrain? Like where you guys live at, the temperature, humidity, and the terrain as opposed to other places in the U.S.
I mean, we live at 6,000 feet. There's no shade. It's all sand rock. There's no water. There's no creek to get water for the dogs. So you're either carrying water or the dog's going to have to make it to the truck.
That'd be tough.
And them setters, they run big. They put between 10 and 20 miles on it. Easy in a day of hunting.
Damn.
Yeah, about a 3-hour hunt, my setters are doing 30 to 40 miles.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot. I mean, like we have dogs that we put big numbers up, but
they're doing it without water, without shade.
That's what I'm saying. We have shade and we have water. I would love to come out and just to test the dogs and see what the difference is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hurt the dog at all. Just to say, hey, see how they would perform in another environment than what I'm doing.
Just the setting difference alone. Just the setting difference. We don't have humidity.
Yeah.
It's
See,
dry.
we have like 85 to 90% humidity all the time.
We have about 5 to 8%.
So if it's 90 degrees,
It's dry.
will you
dry.
die? Will you have a heat stroke and die?
No, it's just dry.
All right, at the house at 90 to 95 degrees, bulldogs die every day. Like literally. If you got a dog vested up to go catch a hog, he will die. If he's caught more than 2 or 3 minutes, he's dead. Same thing with other dogs. If you vest them up and you run them, June, July, where we're at, they're dead. We have a good recipe. It works. Our dogs run. We'll put hounds in the corral. We don't run hounds. I have in the past, but what I got, it works. And it took a lot of years to make that recipe work for us. To make it to where it's just pretty much climate controlled is what we're working with, I'd love to bring them out and see what the difference would be.
Just my dogs, when they come out east, it's different for them. They're not used to moisture in the air. They're not used to plants that are alive. It's a lot of scents that they got to contend with. They're not used to.
They aren't used to grass.
Really?
Yeah, my dogs don't. Most of my dogs have never seen grass in their life.
Damn.
You do a lot of traveling too.
Well, no, I mean that's what I want. That's what I want on this podcast, is because we've got such a diversity in the world. I mean, just in the U.S., I mean, we got all these different climates, we got all these different terrains and stuff like that. And you got a guy over here that says, "Hey, my dog will do this, this, this." I hunt in South Florida. All right, we'll take him to New Mexico and see how he does. And take that New Mexico dog down there and see how he does. It's going to affect him differently. Each one of them. I mean, I think, I don't know, but we travel a lot. We go all over different places like that. And I've had dogs I've carried up north to Michigan to the Upper Peninsula. Dogs did amazing. It was like a whole nother dog. They didn't have to fight the humidity, the heat, and all that stuff. It was like, they were like, "Hey, man, we can breathe." It was great. And then I've had dogs from up north come down that were really, really, really good dogs where they were at, come down, and they were shit. It's like the dogs were dying. Humidity is a big factor.
The altitude affect the dogs. Like humans.
As far as the
Not-
breathing, does altitude affect them?
Not that I've noticed. Like I went last month, we went up to 14,000 feet to hunt ptarmigan.
14,000.
Like your dog.
Yeah.
Down, in this area, taking that kind of altitude,
Yeah.
it changed. They make their breathing harder.
I've never noticed a dog that skipped a beat changing altitudes. I mean, their recovery might be a little bit slower once they're done running, but I know I was dying. I mean, at 14,000 feet,
Well, yeah, that's what I was fixing to say.
you
with
go
a
to
human.
haul ass up some rock slide
Yeah.
at 14,000 feet, and you stop, and you're like, oh, you just can't put air back in your lungs.
Well, that's what,
But the dogs ran same.
They did
always
good.
ran.
And see, that says a lot right there on what I was saying. It's like, how would they perform somewhere else? If a human, if it changes that much with a human, how does that affect the dog? Because like where we're at, you hear somebody's like, "Well, I'm going to go to Montana on an elk hunt, or I'm going to go out there on a ram hunt or something like that." They're like, "Man, you better get in shape. Better get ready for the altitude change."
They just suck wind.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's what it is.
Unless you live at altitude and then you go up to it, you're sucking wind.
Yeah, even like Chris and I, we live at 6,000. We go fish or just hiking up to 9, 10. You feel it.
Really? I've never had to deal with that, so I don't know. I mean, my fat ass has had to deal with, it's 80 degrees today and it's 112 tomorrow with 85% humidity. I'm sucking wind.
It's not
I
even so
promise
much.
you.
It's not even so much your breathing. It's just like your leg muscles and stuff. They're trying to put oxygen back in your muscles, and you can feel it in your legs. So
Really?
whereas normally you can walk 15 miles and be fine, you walk 3 up there, and you're like, why do I feel like I walked 15?
Well, you've had
That's
people
crazy.
come by and get altitude sickness as well, right?
Yeah,
Altitude sickness, what is that?
It's when you go up to a higher altitude too fast, and you're basically seasick.
Okay.
So if you take any medication for being seasick, that's how you would treat altitude sickness.
Oh, I didn't know this happened.
I keep it in my truck because I have friends come visit all the time, and they think they're going to run up a mountain.
No.
And then they get up to the top, and they're like, why do I feel sick?
That's wild. Like I said, that's something. See, that's totally different than what our altitude change is more like 600 feet in elevation. I'm dead serious. 600 feet. And if you take somebody, like I was raised in the Delta, is flat as far as you want to see. And if you take guys that hunt there all the time, you bring them over there where I'm at now, a 600-foot altitude change, it will whip your ass. I'm talking about they will lay down. Like I said, the humidity's got a lot to do with it, the heat and all that stuff. But they're like, these are mountains. I'm like, it's just a hill. It's just a hill. It's not a mountain yet. But I mean, when I first moved there, I was like, holy shit, this is bad. But then 600 feet compared to 6,000 feet,
Big difference.
that's a lot of difference. If you got any math skills about you, just throw that out there.
Then you go up to 12.
Well, see, I can't even go to 12. I only got 10. You know what I'm saying? It's all I got right here. Well,
Got some
11.
toes, maybe.
Probably not many.
Not to change the subject, but you should ask Tyler how his horseback
You asked
bird
to tell
dog
him to.
trial went the other day.
I don't know how to ride horses.
You never rode a horse and you went to a horse
I've ridden horses, but I had no control over those horses.
He got a vasectomy a day before.
So I got a vasectomy, and then I got on a horse, and then
fair.
it was tied. It was each dog had 2 fines, and I was, well, I guess let me back up. There's walking dog trials and there's horseback trials. Well, I just entered my dog in everything. I didn't realize what I did until I got there.
Too late now.
They're like, hey,
Your asshole.
you're up next, and it's a horseback stick. And I was like, well, that's hard because I don't got a horse. So they threw me on a horse.
Holy shit. Hey, listen, that's why we call it beer time. I was trying to take a drink of this beer. About spit that son bitch out. He was like, I entered that son bitch in a horseback thing, and I ain't even got a horse. That's like me. When I was in the rodeo one time, and I wasn't a cowboy.
It went well.
He didn't mention they notched his balls like deer tags.
So
Did they tag it?
no. So they have this new way of doing vasectomies, and they advertise it.
I don't know.
No incision, no knives, no stitches. What does that sound like to you? Some voodoo
Rubber
magic?
bands, like bull nuts.
No, they take a triangle hole punch, and they hole punch each side.
Well, see, I got drunk one time and I hole punched it, and it didn't work. You see what I'm saying? I got a fucking doctor now. You know what I'm saying? My last vasectomy, I got a doctor. Bam, get you some of that. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah,
Mine went good.
it's 2 fines to 2 fines. So you got to get your dog out in front. And my nuts are the size of a grapefruit.
You should put your fucking track shorts on. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody see you.
Well, these horses, they know when a dog's out in front that they need to get up there.
Track shorts.
So
Continue on, keep going, don't stop.
So halfway through this brace,
I gotta drink the rest of this shit.
I'm hauling ass on a horse that I don't know how to really slow down that well with grapefruit-sized nuts.
Just keep on, don't stop, I promise, keep on. Just got, grapefruit. Alright guys, look here, we had a little malfunction at the junction once again. Our cameraman let us down. I hate to say that, but he's my own breed. I can't help it, but that's what I'm producing. Had a little battery problems, but we're going to get back to I think we left off on the quail hunt on horseback. And then what happened, you had a vasectomy right before the quail hunt, the day before?
Mistakes were made.
So give us a little rundown on how tell us how the grapefruit quail hunt went. And I'm going to drink a little bit. Shine. We usually do a little beer time, but we got a little shine time in here. You down here in the South, you got to get right with your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that in every motherfucking sense of the word. Especially this motherfucker in the track shorts.
Better watch out.
I ain't gonna put his goddamn clothes back on. Sancho, don't do it to me. Don't you put Sancho on me. I love Sancho. He's my partner. You know what a partner is? Y'all don't say partner, do you?
No.
Hey, say partner.
Partner.
This motherfucker, I got him.
What did you say, pot liquor?
Oh, we got a lot of goddamn partners. All right, look here. We're going to get into pot liquor for a second. And it involves grapefruits and a horseback. All right? Y'all got to quit getting me sidetracked shit. I got to be a professional about this shit. Beer time has went a long time today, y'all. We love it. I'm having a great time. And just carried away, Tyler. All I see is this fucking magazine, Randy Durrell, Loving Goose.
Pot liquor.
Pot licking goose. Hey, there you go. Ed Barnes, Tuscans Magazine. Go ahead, get you a 5-year subscription. I promise you, Ed will not screw you over much. He will get it. It's $375 for 5 years, and you get four $375. You get four magazines, and it is the baddest bitch that's ever been on the face of the earth. All right, now here we go. Back to it. Tyler Sladen. He's going to take it away. New Mexico guy. I was calling in Arizona earlier. Dry ground, all the same ground. Don't know what you're doing. If you ain't running hounds, you ain't getting down. All I can tell you is, if you're riding a horseback and you got grapefruit nuts, it's a lot of problems. Tell us about it, Tyler. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate the story. That's just what's working out. You sure you don't drink?
Oh, I got something else to throw in there too.
let's
His girlfriend flew into town the night before his vasectomy.
Is that when you went to Hobby Lobby and got them fucking googly eyes and taped them on the pup?
That was the next day.
That boy's bad.
That was the next day.
Don't be shy about it, Tyler. Just tell us a little something.
That weekend was full of mishaps.
That's
So why
I mean,
did
they're
you
not taking a
have to
fucking
ride the
factor on Saturday
horseback? You were committed to it. You got the vasectomy. The next day you had a bird trial.
So bird dog trials are expensive, about $60, $70 an entry per dog, per brace.
yeah.
So
That's almost like a bay pen.
yeah, you're not.
I mean, and
If you're there and your dog's there, you're not pulling him
You
out.
want to run him all the time. You want
Yeah.
to run him all you can.
Well, you're not getting your money back, so you might as well.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting my money back.
I'm getting my money's worth.
I'm gonna get my money back. I'm gonna win.
My nuts did.
These nuts.
They went from grapefruit to a very dark colored grapefruit the next day.
I don't know what you call a very dark colored grapefruit.
More like a pomegranate.
Okay, we'll go with pomegranate. Now, how was the horseback experience?
So
Let
these
me
horses, they know what's going on. You might not,
Jesus Christ,
but these
I gotta
horses
get
do.
another drink of that something.
When your dog gets out there to the front and on point, well, the horse is going to speed up. There's no comfortable way to go fast on a horse.
No, just don't stop. Just keep jumping.
So then it became very involuntary torture. Each find that dog had hurt.
Fine. You hear what I said? Fine. The dog found it.
So the dog had a bird. Horse saw the dog on point. Horse knows what's going on. Horse gets you there, and the horse gets you there quick.
And it goes like, bump, 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 bump.
Then don't you have to dismount?
And you got to get off the horse,
Give it a 10.
and
Fucking 10.
then
Give it
don't
a
look
10.
like you're in pain. And you got to be quick.
Yeah.
It's a 30-minute brace. You got to get on the horse and get to the next find.
Well, I mean, that sounds. I'm not having a vasectomy. I'm not going horseback hunting for fucking birds. I'll stick to the bay pen stuff. I mean, it's like anywhere from $60 to $100 to run one dog. And then you get down there to Jake Lacano, down there at the damn hogband.com, and you get in there and you go with the heavyweight title and you go in there for $200 a run. You go in there for $200 per run. And you go against this bad son of a bitch right here, goose who ain't worth a shit, rather have crow in there, gorilla, all that stuff. You know, I mean, you spend about $800. And your nuts might be the size of grapefruits when you're done with no vasectomy. You hear me? Y'all guys got to come over and get into some of that. We ain't send them down no damn chimney, but you can send them in. I think that fucking mouse dog would really, I'm serious. I mean, no bullshit aside. I think a mouse dog would be badass. Some bitch done, he ain't Sancho. And I know it's Sancho. I know it's Sancho. I know it's Sancho. Sancho. But I'm from Alabama, so it's Sancho. It ain't no Sancho, but I'd feed mouse. I'd feed it.
It's pretty all right.
It's pretty hard. Are you ever going to get rid of it?
No.
How did you get mouse?
I stole her from a buddy.
I mean like real crayon theft? Or just like, hey,
It was more like I had a dog named Buttons. She was real old. She was a little too old to keep going down chimneys. She was like 13 years old. Well, she went blind and deaf.
no, you better try that shit.
She went blind and deaf, and I went up to my buddy Chad Reynolds' house. I went up to my buddy Chad Reynolds' house.
Chad Reynolds.
That man taught me everything.
Can you go in depth a little bit about Chad Reynolds? Like, I don't know how
Like
much
the-
back
like-
history, you know, and all that stuff, but I mean, like, the Missy dog, you brought Missy. And honestly, no bullshit, that was literally, besides Sancho, that was really probably the highlight of my weekend. Because I got to see that dog, and the reason is, I followed Chad, and I've talked with him back and forth, and I've seen Missy do a lot of stuff. I've seen that dog work. videos, different things like that. And you know, yesterday when you brought her up there and you was holding her, I said, hey, I didn't even know that was her, but I knew it was her because I was like, how's that dog bred? And he was like, well, it's Chad Reynolds. Is that Missy? He's like, yeah, that's Missy. You know, because that's the same stuff I got. And I'm telling you, if you messing with Chad Reynolds shit, you messing with some real shit. I'm talking about you talking about a 3-legged bear run up there and jump on the damn back of the truck, whoop a dog's ass, whoop a whatever ass, and take care of business.
He don't keep no dog around for 10 years by accident.
Shit, no. I think I had Jack's brother, Smith. They were all off like around the same litter.
Yeah.
And I don't know how old they would be right now. Definitely to the date, but I'm thinking 15, around 15 years old. Somewhere where they be. Smith, 12 years old, carried him on his last hunt, caught 3 hogs, every one of them over 250 pounds. One, you hear me people, one jack. And I don't mean no small import, I mean one badass York Terrier. I'm talking about went in there, found them, bayed them, walked in, said catch them, caught them, legged them, killed them.
I believe it.
And then brought him home. And the old man went out there on the chain and he took his last. And that was about the highlight of my life. If I ever have another anything like that in this world, I'll be the baddest son of a bitch alive. And so if that's what Chad Reynolds is feeding, son, you can't feed nothing no better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've never met the man, but I'm telling you, if he's feeding that, that's a bad stuff.
That dude is the realest dude you will ever meet.
He gave a buddy of mine, John Reed, he gave him his first York Terrier. Her name was Bristles, before Chad moved from Louisiana.
When she had a bear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that little dog is I'm talking about a bad little bitch.
Bay is still alive.
Baya's, I'm telling you,
She's blind and deaf too.
yeah, and she still ain't gonna quit.
She was couple weeks ago, she was helped train new yags
That's
on
crazy.
pigs.
That's crazy.
She's still helping dogs
That's
train
the
on pigs.
tenacity of these little dogs. The tenacity of these little dogs. Right
You can see her cataracts from across the room.
I heard that. Fred G. Sanford on them, baby. And ain't no quit in it. Ain't no quit in it. Now you got another dog. Don't you have another dog out of that stuff there? The big dog? What's his name?
Bronson.
Bronson.
Bronson's a Missy son. He was
That's how much went there and grabbed a 30-pound coon and just body slammed his ass. I'm talking about he make a coon look little.
he makes a, do you see
He's
the
a big
coyote
dog.
video of him?
He's a big dog.
You see his first coyote?
I didn't see the video of that one. I seen the video of the coon.
Chris has that video too.
He shakes the 30-pound male coyote like a rag doll.
Damn. I need them some bitches in Alabama all day long running hogs. You know what I'm saying? That's some bad stuff right there. That's bad stuff. Tell us a couple of hunt stories. Tell us some good hunt stories other than the cactus. I know Chris probably got some shit he'll tell on you in a minute.
Yeah.
Chris, tell us another something.
Well, we decided to go get one of his setters bred up in Montana in January.
Yeah, don't drive to Montana in January. It's a bad idea.
I ain't drove to Montana in July.
And we only had 72 hours to get up there and back. And we hunted in Colorado, Montana, and Idaho.
Sounds like y'all boys was getting busy. What all y'all hunt?
Sharptail, sage grouse, Huns, and pheasant.
10-4.
With a hawk.
You got some good bird dogs. You got some good birds too.
2 good birds.
I know.
7 good bird dogs.
I seen those bird dogs out there. Them jokers are badass.
I like
What's your favorite? I mean, I know you got several different breeds. What's your main focal point?
For the hawk, I like my male Vizsla. I've had a bunch of Vizslas trying to replace him, and they're not around anymore because they're not him. And then, but for gun hunting, I like my setters.
Really?
Nothing runs like a setter.
I agree with you. When you take a York Terrier and cross it with a setter, you got a good hog dog. Hey, judge me if you want to. Fuck you if you want to. I don't give a damn. I'm just telling you what it is. We throw the litter of 9. Clay Austin You hear me out there? Throw the litter of 9 pups. 9 pups made 9 dogs. Best 9 dogs I ever walked behind.
Setter yags.
Setter yaks. Ugliest son of a bitches you ever seen in your life, but they was a real deal. But look here, what you had to do was get up in the morning, spit it on the hair, slick it down a little bit right there on the top, because it kind of stood up a little bit. And that son of a bitch will run out there, and he'll go like this, he'll go, he'll point a little bit, he'll stop, he'll flush him, then he'll go, how, and he'll bang. That's a hog dog. Maybe not the pointing and the flushing shit, you know, but that son of a bitch will get a hold. Nate, how many we have? I know all bullshit beside there was 9 puppies, and I think me and you, we had 7 altogether. A few of them lived a little longer than 2 years.
One got killed.
One of them got run over in the damn road.
Yeah.
But that somebody got run over in the road. Had a hog caught in the ditch. They had a wreck looking at the shit that was going on the side of the road. Run over the hog and 2 dogs. The dog's back was broke, hip was broke. That son of a bitch wouldn't do nothing. 7 years old. 7 years old. I fed this dog 7 years. That son of a bitch turned on one day. Best dog I have ever fed in my life for 1 year. Then she left me way too soon. And she left out with the boots on. I'm telling you, there ain't no doubt about that. That's the way it was. So, I mean, hunt stories, we can go on and on and on about that stuff. I'm sure y'all guys got
Well, we were
hundreds more.
driving around Idaho looking for some sage grass, and all of a sudden, pungent, nasty steak started coming up.
It wasn't no cactus shit getting infected, was it?
No, we couldn't figure it out. It was my muck boots or what, but
He peeled his muck boots off for the first time in 48 hours.
Damn, son. Were you hanging on to it? Ain't nobody gonna steal your damn boots.
It was cold.
we hadn't gotten out of the truck.
Now, when y'all say cold, what's cold?
It was like 15.
I took a piss at the gas station at 2 a.m. and froze before we left.
Yeah, it was pretty
Damn, you was
cold.
popping icicles.
It was cold.
Fucking track shorts was just like, yeah, there it is. You know what I'm saying? I know why you wearing them now. Yeah.
Well, we figured out what the smell was. My hawk had caught a duck 3 days ago, and it was in the back seat somewhere.
So if you have a 3-day-old duck in the back seat and you're riding around and you have a funny smell, that's what it is.
There was some pheasant on the dashboard that it was getting hit with the defrost for about 24 hours.
Holy shit. Listen, guys, this battery's gonna die again. I hate to cut this motherfucker. I'm telling you, I hate to cut this shit off. This has been probably one at the top weekend of my life. No shit. I'm so glad I met you guys. There's so many people I want to thank, sponsors, stuff like that. I can go on and on and on about it, but I got to wrap it up. So, Tyler, Chris, this other guy from Missouri.
Andrew.
All right. Well, I wasn't going to say his name. I was going to say this other guy from Missouri. His name is Andrew. I mean, Jesus Christ, come on.
Don't forget Sancho.
Look, nobody's ever going to forget Sancho because that son of a bitch is going to be famous. Hey, this is Joey, Dixie Doggers TV podcast, coming at you live from the Boars Nest, AHTA Hunt Trials 2021. Get you some. Anytime you need something, you holler at us, let us know. We'll see what we can't do to help you out. Any of these guys, I'm sure they're open to questions. Anything like that, make sure you subscribe, you hit the like button, you do all that good shit, and we're out.